It is Monday, it is the 11th of December 2017. This is MCC News and hope you're having a great Monday whatever you're doing. I'm having an alright Monday until I realised that I had to record this twice. Yeah, because technology is really my friend at the moment. But that doesn't matter because there's a lot of news articles that I want to cover, including a really rocky 24 hours with regards to game consistencies, especially what the hell was up with that maintenance. It was a bit of a joke. So let's get into the news articles at large today. So our first story does indeed start with this emergency maintenance. What the heck was up with that? And obviously there hasn't been any kind of mention of what that was that happened, that caused there, and it was incredibly frustrating. If you followed me on Twitter, you know I was making light of the situation. I usually use my Drax, which is like, ha, you must be so embarrassed kind of meme, but I decided that no, you know, I've used that a bit too much. I will go to use that another time. But the main thing is that it wasn't really good. It was disappointing because so many things went live. We had the Summoner's Crystal that went live. We had the Howard the Duck going into people's accounts, which went live, as well as we had, you know, the 7-day arena, which went live and then it went dead. So that was incredibly frustrating. We're 24 hours after and we still haven't had an idea of what the hell happened that caused this. Either way, it was kind of embarrassing, and a lot of people making those memes with regards to it being 3 years of constant bugs. My thought process is like, it hasn't been the greatest 2017 for Kabam. I'll probably do this in a separate video. I kind of cover all the things this year that hasn't been very consistent, and all the times that they've failed with egg firmly on their faces. Either way, very disappointing. This then brings us swiftly on to story number 2, in that the Howard the Duck issue. People were getting duplicate ducks, and that has rived a few other people up the wrong way. It's only kind of like roughed me up the wrong way, because it started thinking, like, what is going on, based on the fact, you know, we had the issues with regards to the maintenance. It then went back on, and then we had this, where people are getting 2 times as many ducks. And even Kabam Videos has kind of seen this, as well as other people have kind of like from Kabam have gone, hey, the team has been made aware of this and we're looking into it. I'm sorry for the confusion. We definitely mean for this to happen. Yes, you definitely didn't mean this to happen. Unfortunately, it did happen. It's just not been a great 24 hours for Kabam. Whatever and whoever's been kind of messing up, is this the game engine? We really don't know, but it's just seems to be such a regular thing at the moment. And this then again brings us swiftly on to our other story. So don't think that I am repeating myself every MCC news with regards to this. I think it's important to kind of follow these kind of problems as they keep going, and that is the game mechanics, the game engine, whatever you want to call it. It's all to do with like functionality, and maybe not everybody in the game is experiencing this, but a good chunk are, and that's something that really warrants us talking about it. In that, this article here by Sith Lord, he says that he is having problems with parry, blocking backwards and forward dashing, intercepting, just general functions since the last update. And this doesn't really seem to be something that has been resolved. It does seem, for myself, you know, I have experienced it a couple times, not as much as I did on Friday, and certainly not as much as I was experiencing it running up to, say, the 7th or 8th of December. But still, something is there, especially for a lot of people. And I think it's regardless of what device you're playing in, whether or not it's Android or whether it's iOS, it is something that is really frustrating the community. In this particular article, Kabam Wolf does say, as a response, that the games team are indeed looking into it. They're conducting investigations. But they're still wanting to know about what devices are being using and what operating system version, to kind of give them an idea of what they're actually needing to look at. So far to date, we haven't had any kind of response to this, and it is a little bit frustrating not to kind of really find out what's going on. I think a level of transparency could really be there to give us an idea, like, is this a case that it's only for a certain type of devices, or is it a case that the game engine is just not kind of gearing in the same way? Either way, how I've noticed, it's like when I started the game back in January 2015, and now it's nearly coming up to my third full year of playing it. The game for 2015 and 2016 was rock solid, great game, and nothing really kind of like this was ever heard of. It just seems as they bring in on new characters in a way maybe that the champions interact with one another, Likewise, with regards to the kind of engine, is the game engine just not as good as it used to, and should it evolve? The game is incredibly complex with regards to a fight structure. It's not like looking at other games, and a lot of games that have come up like Injustice, we could say, and maybe even some kind of more modern like things like Street Fighter. In comparison, not the actual game, but in comparison, is the game at a point where it needs to go onto a new game engine and become a Marvel Contest of Champions 2, to kind of give an idea. The same way that Injustice went to Injustice 2, and Injustice 2 does seem like, you know, it is a great game. If I could have more time, because I'm grinding out this game, I would probably give it more attention. But I think that's the case, and just finding out, is the game due a new game engine in order to respond well on devices, especially older and newer ones? Moving on to something a little bit more positive, that isn't a bug or a frustration with regards to the game. Who did you get in the $1 crystal? Not anybody can be really disappointed with what they get from that. Usually people were getting something that they didn't have, or something that was voted for in a kind of a, as we know, the top 12. Now, if you watched my video, you know that I got a Kingpin, which I'm not 100% happy about, but at the same time, I have to really kind of accept it and go, hey, that's fine, it's a new champion, I can just learn to kind of deal with it. It's disappointing that I used my Skill Awakening gem on something else, but hey-ho, it's all a bit of fun. And it was Kabam's best deal of 2017. Why do I consider it the best deal of 2017? Well, because it was a 4-star at the cheapest price possible. And if they could run more offers like that when it came to things like Cyber Mondays or even Black Fridays, then I think that would be classed as a good deal to have reductions quite impressively like that. So when it comes to what people got, mainly people said that they got Kingpin or Gwenpool. So that's kind of weird. So at least I'm not alone with regards to that. Secondly was Mephisto, and then Hulk and... Oh, sorry, it was Hulk and Quake second, when Mephisto next after that. So yeah. People were pleasantly impressed with what they got. Obviously, what did you get? Leave a comment below or put it on this forum post poll. Now on to our more exciting post, and probably our most exciting post even, in that we have got this image from Marvel Contest of Champions Drukos in correspondence with MCC Mods, and it's good to see MCC Mod in, you know, back in kind of like the swing of it. It's a shame he's not doing much with regards to YouTube videos, because I love them videos, they were great. But they've got the scoop with regards to the champions. They've got the icons here. And obviously we've got Sentry, we've got Void. One of like these champions are going to be in January, unless they're going to do some kind of Phoenix, Dark Phoenix type thing where both champions appear, but only Sentry is going to be entered in as a playable character, where the Void is going to be an unplayable character. Either way, I'm really happy that there's science. That's great. And obviously that boosts our science kind of line. So, because it's like it's really low. But the big shock, the really big shock, is this guy here. And this is Gladiator Hulk. We talked about this a while ago. We thought that the image was fake. In fact, it could be the case that that image was real, as this is Gladiator Hulk. And I am incredibly surprised by this. I did not think that we were, for a minute, gonna get Gladiator Hulk. As I said, I'm excited to see how this turns out. It may be a champion that I would want to get when it comes to the champions release. Looking at the DVD release dates, it looks like Thor Ragnarok is going to hit DVD stores in the 28th of February 2018. So that's going to be the point in which we may see the champion in February, if Marvel Contest of Champions and Kabam are working with Thor Ragnarok, similar to what they were doing with the film release. Would they do anything with regards to the DVD release? And the way that the Kabam work, it could be a case that indeed they're going to release Sentry and Gladiator Hulk just in 1 month, the month of February. And it's a case the Void is just going to be an unplayable character, or say a boss that you play against, and there's going to be something there, and then the Void won't be a thing. I, again, don't know what Kabam really have planned. They do make, no, they don't make it up as they go along. But with regards to like structure of things, it is somewhat of a kind of a make-up thing. They'll have one champion in this month and another there. They may do what they did with regards to Green Goblin and Doc Ock, where it was 2 techs in 1 month, the same way it could be 2 sciences in 1 month. So that would be really exciting for February. Hopefully that is the case, but you never know. And there is a video on Marvel Contest of Champions Drill Courses page, which has the point in which the Void turns into, boom, Sentry. So that's kind of like a cool thing, but it does kind of like signify like it's then a turn back, because then Sentry then turns back into Void. There's a lot of questions that need answering, and it could be something that we'll find out more about when it comes to the champions coming in, which could be either January, more than likely January, could be loosely to do with February, but more than likely January for that. And our final story, and props to him, Jenser M has indeed hit the 1 million rating mark. Like, well done. There's a lot of grinds that you had to do for that, so well done. You thoroughly deserved it. All the best from everyone in the community, everyone in the MCC News team. Me. So yeah, well done, my friend, well done. So that's been the MCOC news today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and remember to put your notifications on, and obviously follow the channel, support the channel, because it means a lot to me. So hit that like button and all that stuff. The next thing is saying that on Friday I'll probably be releasing my predictions for 2018 characters, and there's a champion that I really want to be in there. Obviously it's maybe completely smashed out of the water now that we've had this Gladiator Hulk thing, but at the same time it's kind of wishful thinking, and I would like to see this champion in the game. It would be a great delight, and it's brought from a publication that has just come out this year, and we'll be getting a full graphic novel run next year. Anyway, I'll leave you in suspense until then. Thank you very much for watching this video. I've been RichTheMan, and I shall catch you on the flip side. Bye bye for now.